Hi everybody. So I'm here to give you the craft / activity for this week because honestly it's not much of a craft. So if you've gotten a chance to look through the curriculum and the group discussions, what we're going to start off is a game of hot potato with a beach ball, since we've got the whole summer theme going. So you can play some hot potato with the beach ball, and then whoever is holding it, you ask them the review question. So try to make it to where it's not the same person getting the beach ball every time. But then you can use that to review the lesson and some of the questions and concepts. And then after doing the review game, we're going to do something a little bit different than the curriculum. It has, in the beginning, sorry, my computer just went to sleep mode. In the beginning, it has like giving the kids a bag of candy to take home and to share with others. What we're going to be doing is giving them one piece of candy at the end, a sucker, and it's their job to give it to someone else, not eat it themselves. And they cannot, here's the thing, they cannot just give it to somebody at their table and say, oh, I gave you one, you give me one. So they cannot give it to anyone at church. They have to give it to a friend somewhere else. So if you can kind of give that stipulation. We're talking about being humble this week. Our beatitude is, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And so we're talking about being humble and what that looks like. So when you get to your small group, for especially the second and third, fourth and fifth, the kindergarten and first grade, you can just have them, we've got some coloring sheets for them, or you can have them just draw on a piece of paper what they think a person looks like who is humble, or a picture of someone who is proud. So one of the things that I looked up are just some emojis, and they can kind of look at those and use that. They're going to decorate a paper bag. So you're going to split them into two teams and then have them decorate or draw, work in groups to draw what they think someone who is proud looks like. And then the other team can work on someone who is humble. So I'm going to draw on a piece of paper instead of using my bags that I have. Because then after they get them drawn, they're going to have one volunteer come up and put the bag on their head so that it looks like a person. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to draw. Okay, so I'm going to draw someone who is not humble, someone who is proud. They probably are easily angry. So you could draw very easily, the kids can do this. They can just draw a really angry face, you know. I am not an artist, so this is pretty rough sketching, but even if they just drew something as simple as this, I mean, I'll have a printout of some emojis that they can look at and copy, maybe the eyes, so that they can see, you know, some angry faces, or maybe some happy faces. Maybe they want to make the one with hearts and eyes, I don't know. But then once they get it, they're finished, they come up, and the volunteer will wear the paper bag. And don't worry, it has plenty of air coming in the paper bag, so you don't have to cut out eye holes or anything. But they can just stick it on their head. And then at that point, you can discuss what a proud person, what they look like, what their characteristics are. So I'll have a list of things too, but let's see what the kids come up with, because sometimes they come up with better ideas than I have. But a proud person brags a lot. They think of themselves. They're really selfish. They get angry really easily. They don't listen. So those are some attributes of someone who is proud and who is not humble. Someone who is humble is kind. They're sharing. They'll forgive. They listen. And they also think about others. And so that's what's going to tie into giving them each a sucker and say, I want you to think about somebody this week. Think of someone that you could give this to. I don't want you to eat it. The only way you're going to get this sucker is if you can give it to somebody else. We're going to practice being humble this week. So that's kind of the idea behind it. And it'll be interesting to see what the kids come up with. And those words, those things, you can, if you want to, you can use one of the whiteboards and write on it with an expo marker and see all the things that they come up with. That would be really cool too. The kindergarten and first grade, they might have a hard time drawing like an emoji or something like that. So you can definitely talk about what a person is or does when they're proud and when they're humble, and do the hot potato game. If they don't get the whole drawing part of it, that's totally fine too. Like I said, I'll have some printouts that they can maybe color the emoji or the proud, angry kind of things. So that is what I have for you today, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out.